In a short 11-hour day trip from Samarkand, I'm going to explore the modern capital. Will that be enough for the largest city in the country? Or just scratching the surface and deeply regretting it? Uzbekistan, the country of madrasas and Chevrolet. .39 a.m. Train from Samarkand to Tashkent starts at 6:13 a.m. Very early, but you can make a day trip over there because return one is coming around 8 p.m. Quite early, but very convenient, and it's very easy to catch a cab that time. They're very responsive. Taxi rides in Uzbekistan are very cheap, so the ride around Samarkand, within Samarkand, is around 12,000 soom to 15,000 soom. Even for comfort taxi, it's just barely $1. So we are right here in Samarkand. Tashkent is there and Bukhara is there. So you see it's quite centralized, so you can explore Uzbekistan quite productively using Samarkand as a hub. Wow, look at this typical Soviet interior. Those chandeliers, those stairs. Wow, beautiful. It's very spacious, by the way. And it surprisingly has really good coffee, served that early. Despite its outdated interior, it's been operating modern, punctual Spanish Talgo trains since 2011, reaching speeds of up to 250 km per hour and getting to Tashkent in just 2.5 hours. Just perfectly on time at 6:13. Everyone is sleeping. Everyone is sleeping because they departed from Bukhara around 4 a.m. It doesn't travel 250 km per hour. I checked maximum speed so far 190. Probably at another routes it goes to 250, but between Bukhara and Tashkent 190 so far. We got a luggage compartment over here, extra sheet there. There's a toilet. Toilet size is like lavatory size in an airplane and a bit dirty. And the toilet is not open in every car, so I had to walk to another car to check if it's open. There's also no soap. Beautiful, very convenient. Just 10 years old. Wow, only 5 degrees in November. Much cooler than in Samarkand. And you can see it's much more bustling than Samarkand. So let's jump into the metro, the largest in Central Asia, and go to the further mosque and then come back to train station by this evening. It is the first metro in Central Asia, opened in 1977, and it seems like it hasn't changed at all ever since. Old Soviet trains from the communist era still serve 50 stations across 4 metro lines. Old Soviet cars. And they're only recently allowed to take pictures and video in the metro. It was banned due to security reasons. Amazing. Each station is designed around a particular theme, often reflected in its name. You don't need to tap out to exit, only tap in, and then at the exit you just go directly outside. Overhead bridge has an escalator. Even in Singapore you cannot see such thing. Very modern city actually. And things feel much less modern, just around the corner. I like how in Tashkent, from bustling, busy street, you go to a narrow alley, and then just nearby is a 16th century madrasa and mosque with a library with the oldest Quran in the world. Very interesting urban development in this city, and people display beautiful Uzbekistan flags outside their houses. Wow, look at this massive mosque, madrasa. library just beside this small narrow alleys. This is the center of civilization, new museum, new madrasa or mosque. It's currently under construction. Need to go further to see the oldest Quran in the world. Probably to this minaret. Yeah, that's the place. 16th century mosque, Islamic center and a library. Probably the oldest thing in Tashkent. That's the one. Wow, this is the library and Quran is probably there. Yeah, this is the Quran. This is the copy. You cannot film original Quran in the middle, but original dated back to 655. And its page is made of deer skin and still contains blood of Caliph Osman, who was killed in 7th century there. And it triggered some events which lead to splitting Sunni and Shia Islam. And this library contains around 40 rare books dated from 14th to 17th century. Quite small library. Wow, very unexpected treasure in Tashkent, this Quran. Very impressive. I just witnessed a part of a huge history of 1400 years. It's the must-see landmark here. And this Islamic institute, built in 16th century, the square of this institute is literally empty. No tourists. I barely see some Western tourists over there in the past half an hour. Wow, what's going on with prices here? 12-minute ride on a taxi is 7,500 soom. It's less than $1. Very, very cheap. Even cheaper than in Samarkand. This is the biggest and oldest bazaar in the entire Central Asia, dated back at the same place for 2,000 years. So the stalls of the bazaar, they stand under 7 huge domes covered with the colored glazed tiles. And the area outside those domes also very, very huge. It's like a big block with a shopping area. There are not only food and species, there are carpets, clothes, everything you can find here. So no wonder it's the biggest in Central Asia. Insane. Beside the Chorsu is a red brick Kukeldash Madrasa. 16th century madrasa, straight from 10,000 soom bill. Just like I said, the country of madrasas. Wow, it's like an oasis in the middle of this educational center. It was abandoned in 18th century and then destroyed by Russian Empire while capturing Tashkent. And then during Soviet era it was also not maintained. But now it's restored, and since 1999 it's standing strong and beautiful. There are like 59 rooms all around. You can actually get to the second floor. Those green domes look like a Christian Orthodox church, but it's actually another mosque beside. So green color also quite beautiful, as well as turquoise. Actually, have you noticed how green the city is? I spent the next couple of hours just walking around its lush streets, looking for traditional food for lunch. There's so many nice green spaces in the city of Tashkent. And even though the population of Tashkent is 3 million people, it doesn't still give this vibe of bustling and busy city. People are very relaxed here. Found a very nice traditional food restaurant in the heart of Tashkent. Let's try some plov. Food in Uzbekistan is more than just plov. This cuisine is also influenced by neighboring cultures. Good food, kind of mix of Uzbekistan and Arabic food. And what's interesting, the service charge in Uzbekistan is included in the bill 10 to 15% already, so no need to leave tips. But I still left a couple of dollars because food is amazing here. And now I just entered the premium neighborhood. It's very expensive houses right in the heart of the city, and behind there's a high-rise, the tallest residential building in Uzbekistan, Nest 1, around 300 meters high. And nearby there is ongoing construction of another residential towers, also very, very tall and expensive. Very nice linear park just in the heart of the city behind these luxury buildings. Very pleasant to walk, and there are also 2 MRT stations, 2 lines over here, some cafes, restaurants behind, some shops. Premium cars already here. There's a Mercedes as well. Less Chevrolet, Mokia, very prosperous neighborhood in the heart of the capital of Uzbekistan. So it's like central business district under development. There are 2 metro stations, blue and red lines. There's also a Pakhtakor football club stadium and Yunus Khan mausoleum over there, the grandfather of Babur, a founder of Mughal Empire, the one who went to India and related to Taj Mahal and Delhi and all those mosques like Red Fort and so on. So basically this is the very heart of business district, or maybe future business district of Tashkent under development. I wish to come here after 5-7 years and compare. So Tashkent is expanding rapidly and growing very fast. They also add some cycling paths over there and another path under construction right over there. Then I saw a huge green patch of land on Google Maps nearby, and of course I had to take the authentic Soviet metro there. Wow, the interval between trains is very long, like 5 to 7 minutes. Usually it's like in big cities it's like 1-2 minutes only. Another old train. I saw new trains, but this is old Soviet train. Fully packed at 2 p.m. Wow, rush hour in Tashkent on Monday afternoon. Welcome to the Independence Square, the red square of Tashkent. It's very large area, but unfortunately it's closed, the entrance to the park is closed, and this is the presidential palace over there. So you cannot get close to it. Just you can walk another 50 meters and that's it. So I can admire it from this far and admire this beautiful Uzbekistani flag on top of it. Very interesting that on the right hand side this Nest 1, the tallest residential building in Tashkent, is just poking out from government building. So you cannot take nice picture of it without seeing Nest 1 on the background. But that's okay anyway, there will be a CBD behind very soon, as you just seen. So landscape of the city will change eventually and it gets more modern. Fun fact that there was a largest Lenin statue in the Soviet Union right there, and in 1992 they removed it and replaced with a globe. But still the park beside the presidential palace is open. It's very beautiful, so lush, just in the heart of the city and no people at all. Perfect place for strolling. They still remember people who lost their lives during 1966 earthquake, where around 300,000 people lost their homes and a lot of people died back then. So they pay tribute it over there just beside the presidential palace to these who died. The epicenter of an 8.3 magnitude earthquake was right here, 10 kilometers beneath the ground of this memorial of courage. And this memorial square not only commemorates the people who died in 1966, but also people who died during World War II. See, they all died 1941, 45 and so on. The entire wall dedicated to these victims. But let's end the day on a high note, literally, as the sun begins to set. And the final landmark to visit before catching a train at 6:45 at Tashkent North Station is Tashkent Tower. You see surroundings and even Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is just 10 kilometers west from Tashkent. Let's see if we can make it within 1 hour, enjoy it and get back directly to the train station to walk around there and get back to Samarkand by today. At 375 meters, it's the 12th tallest tower in the world, and its main purpose is radio and TV transmission. The observation deck with the restaurant is only 97 meters high. The different towers and the information, Seoul one, Czech Republic and so on, like general information for comparison. And the main tower, built in 1985, so it's almost 40 years old. So it's 375 meters tall and observation deck at only 100 meters. And 300 degrees view over Tashkent city. The CBD, no new central business district, and on the other side you can actually see Kazakhstan and its snowy mountain peaks. Yes, this is Kazakhstan on the background. Just 10 kilometers from here is the Kazakhstan border. So these peaks, these mountains are actually in Kazakhstan. So you can see two countries over here. How beautiful it is. So I'll just take my time. I have half an hour before I can leave, and I just enjoy the view over Tashkent from every perspective, and then go to the railway station and back to Samarkand. That's it for my day trip to Tashkent from 8 AM to 7 PM, and now I'm back to Samarkand the same way to my hub, and then I go explore Bukhara by Afrasiab as well. Well, that was a really fruitful 11 hours in the capital. Actually, there's much more to do than people think, so I would spend one more day here. But I'm heading to Bukhara next, where I'll spend 2 days in the ancient Silk Road crossroads.